I never live by my own rules. I guess I should have cleared over the decals before I started doing anything. Welcome back to the workbench where we try to make things. And what we're trying to make right now is Revell's 1971 Mach 1 Mustang. And this is for the Blue Ox Model Shop's Street Machine group build. We just finished up the chassis and the engine bay. So this we can basically set to the side. Oh, I guess I didn't show. I did go ahead and put the shocks in. I painted them red. I don't know. I actually looked up aftermarket shocks for 71 Mach 1s, and there was three main, I don't remember the brands or whatever, but you had black ones, silver ones, or actually kind of gray ones, and red ones. I thought the red would work. I thought those would look good in there, so I did some red shocks down in there, but that's got the chassis nice and finished. Now what we got to work on is the body paint. And so I started on the body paint. Well, and let's actually look at the hood first. So I painted the hood, the underside of the hood black, which turned out pretty well. Now this is a gloss black. I don't actually want it to be gloss, so I'll end up hitting this with a semi-gloss clear. In fact, I think some of it I might actually hit with, I might go semi-gloss clear, and then I might actually go do some of it matte also. I need to look and see how, I don't know if some of this is supposed to be hood insulation, which would be matte color. I don't know. I have to look and see actually how the underhood looks. I just went ahead and painted it black. But it came out pretty well. My main concern were the little hood scoops, because you can always get black paint that shoots out. So I tried to tape that as best I could, and did pretty good. We have one little spot right there. And in fact, I have a little blade right here. I bet I can fix that right now if I'm very careful. I bet I can get that black off there. I can't see terribly well. It's just the tiniest of spots that came through either around or under my tape. I'm not sure how it got there. I'll probably actually get this off with some sandpaper. Sometimes you can just scratch it off with a blade, but I'll just touch that up. That's the only spot that I really had an issue that I can see. It came out pretty well down the sides. We got nice clean lines. Hopefully you guys can see that. Nice clean lines down the side and around. We might do a little cleanup on the back side, but you're not really going to see that because the hood's going to be on the car, so you won't really see it, but I'll kind of clean up the back edge there just a little bit. I like to have those clean lines kind of around, which it looks like pretty good up front, needs just a little bit of cleaning here. Yeah, right there, if you can see. Let me use my little pointer. There's just a little bit of bleed through right here. But that's no problem. We can clean that up with a little sandpaper, and that'll fix right up. Now, I also needed to touch up the edges of the edges. Let me see if I can get it. The edges of the rockers. So because I went ahead, I'm just going to be real transparent. I don't know, weeks ago, we were waiting on parts for the chassis and the engine bay. I needed content for the channel. So I went ahead and started painting the body, which is a bad idea, because I needed to pull the chassis in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out of the body, because we're working on different things, and I needed it in, then I needed it out. Anyways, ended up chipping up the paint on the rockers from doing that, so I needed to touch that up, which normally I wouldn't have done it. The last thing I usually do on a model build is start painting the body, because you want to be able to, again, put things in and out, or if you need to, and fit things. Now, let me show you this side. I'll show you the bad side in a second. It came out great. You can't even really see. So I taped it. So what I did is I taped it off. I used the, what is it? The 3M tape that's for repainting surfaces. So it's a really kind of a low tack tape. And I didn't even really, I was real afraid of getting a buildup line, and it really didn't. Man, I can't. Maybe if I put it in the light just right, but this is all going to get sanded anyways. But the one issue I did have doing the touch-up is when I pulled the tape, and it's literally the last piece of tape I pulled. That's how it always works. I lost a piece of the decal trim in the back here. Okay, so now we have an issue. So obviously we can't leave it like that. So what is the solution? How are we going to fix this? So I guess there's basically two solutions. Actually, I could try to get a new decal sheet, because there's not, I don't think, I need to check I don't have the decal sheet on me. There's not extra decal, obviously. So either I have to get a new decal sheet for this, just for this decal, and I'm not even sure how I would go about that without buying a whole new kit, which I don't really want to buy a whole new kit just for one decal. Now, I could always have the kit, use the decal. We could, I could build the kit in the future and not use the, just do a solid color body or something to that effect. I mean, we could do that here too. I guess that's a third option, is I could always just sand it down. We could just leave it as a black line. In fact, here's the different options. Buy a whole new kit for the decal and put that on. Pull these decals off and just have a black, just red black, no trim, right? Or what I think I'm going to do is pull the decals, tape it, and paint the trim. Which if I did that, I would use chrome. I would paint it, just do chrome trim pieces, trim parts. Because I need to paint. There's parts on the rear lights which are out at the paint booth. I don't have them here, but those, the bezels are chrome. We've got chrome that'll probably go around the back window, I think. There's other chrome parts that are gonna be painted, so maybe we do the trim chrome also, just tape it, which then I just have to be real careful with my Mach 1 stickers over here when I do that tape. Yeah, I think what I would do actually, if I do that, I'll pull the decals clear. So do my sanding clear, put down a coat of clear just to protect the decals, which is what I should have done in the first place before I touched this up. That's what I should have done in the first place, was cleared over these decals. You should always clear. I never live by my own rules, I guess. I should have cleared over the decals before I started doing anything, but the tape was meant, I thought it would be okay. And that's, what thinking does for you, or at least for me. Thinking usually just gets me in trouble. So here we are. But anyways, I think I'm going to do them chrome. I think it's probably the right way to do it anyways. It'll look better to actually have the chrome decals. Now, I don't know. So I will clear, then paint the chrome, and then I want to clear over. Now, I don't know, my feet, I could fully clear. I don't know. I could clear it, sand it, clear again, and put the chrome on very last, on top of the final cleared, my final clear. But I'd rather clear on top of it just to protect it. But I don't know how this clear paint will react with an overcoat of clear. So I've set up a test. And what I've done is I sprayed black. This is the same black paint, which is UPO black, gloss black. It's the same black that's on the body over there. I let that dry. Now I've put the chrome paint on here. You can see it's a nice shiny chrome paint. I am going to let this, so I've noticed the best thing you can do with this chrome paint is to apply it and stay at least 40 feet away from it for I don't know, a month and a half. And then you might get a finish that is durable. This is just my experience with chrome paint. But no, so what I'm going to do, I've put the chrome on. I'm obviously not going to touch it or anything. I'm going to let this sit. I think I want to let it sit at least 48 hours. But what I think I'll do, today's Wednesday, I think I'll let this sit till next week. Then I'm going to shoot the clear over top of it, and we'll see what happens. And this will be our little test bed for using chrome paint on the body. It's a chrome pin paint. I don't have it with me. I should have that with me, but it's just the standard chrome paint pin. We'll see what happens. I think it'll be a good test, and we'll see how it turns out. Because I just know I'd love to put a clear on it to protect the chrome, because this chrome, it fingerprints and tarnishes and everything so easily. So I think it'll be a good test to see if that'll work. Anyway, so I think that's going to be the plan for now. Let me know what you would do in this situation. It's just stupid. It's just stupid of me. I should have just cleared it. I got in a rush. I mean, that's one of the problems with shooting video of builds. For me, let me just speak for me. I get in rushes because I need to get content for you guys. I want to show you stuff and I have fun with it. I want to put it on film and be able to put it up for you guys to see and see what you have to say about it. And I end up doing things out of order, and I end up rushing things like skipping steps, cutting corners. I think I always say this. The next one, we're not going to skip any corners, you know, and I think that's what we'll do. If I have to miss a day for an upload, which I've already missed days. By the way, sorry that I've missed some days of upload. We've had all kinds of stuff going on. It's first day of school, first day of school, week. For us, it's a week because we leave everything the last minute. So we're running around trying to get school supplies and blah, blah, blah. Plus, we had windows replaced in the house. It was, warranty work. They had to come replace some windows that had failed that we'd had replaced. Anyways, and one of those windows is literally right there. See this? Well, you can't see it because it's green screened out. But there's light coming in behind me, and that's the window that one of the windows that actually got replaced here in the workroom, so I couldn't really film while that was going on. Anyways, apologize for missing some days, but I think in the future we might miss days just because I don't want to cut corners anymore. But anyways, let me know what you would do here as far as this goof up on the paint, or at least on the decals. Let me know down in the description. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed this build, and subscribe, ring the bell, hit the notification, do all those things they tell you to do on YouTube. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.